So it's a Friday night. What are you planning on doing?
You are now listening to Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. Let's get into it.
Oh shit. Episode 53. Episode 53. Limited Trust, a Devastator podcast. We are back. And you know when I say we, you know what that means, motherfucker. I am sitting down with the world-renowned... Hey, there you are. It's true.
You're full of shit. Go ahead.
The world-renowned artist. What would you... you do the introduction.
You just call me freaking Rich. That's my name.
Rich, the super dick, as my kids call him, super dad. I don't know why Aaron K's like super dad.
Hey, call me whatever you want. I've been called worse.
Thank you. Yes, me too. Thank you for coming out. And this is not a fucking Wi-Fi thing. He's sitting here. He's fucking sitting here in the fucking flesh. So that's fucking awesome.
I appreciate it. I really do.
Thank you for coming by, man. We've been just talking shit for like, I don't even know, like 4.5 hours. I said, well, we'll go get a little something, we'll go see what we can get. So thank you for coming.
No, man, I appreciate it.
I got a big box of stickers I just put in front of them of things that I've collected over the years. And feel free, man. Run through it. It doesn't, the noise and shit doesn't matter.
Okay.
So you can do.
I ain't worried about it.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah. I'll look through all your shit.
So I'm gonna start with how I normally start.
Yep.
We met during the Blue Top days, I think, right?
Yeah.
This is probably how I met a lot of people, and then
you had what everybody wanted,
and I had what everybody wanted. I was the drug dealer of the scene.
That's right.
And that's how we met. And how long? I don't know the answer to this question. So when I ask this, it's not me just asking like padded questions. How long were you in the scene before we met?
I was not at all in the scene before we met.
Really?
Not at all.
That was like your intro, right around then.
If you want to get real about it, I quit doing drugs and I had to find something to do. And I always liked art and stickers, and I just started doing it that way.
And then you thought it would be a cheap hobby, and then it wasn't fucking cheap.
It was not. I spent more money on this than I have on anything else, I think.
Dude, that's how I got fucking roped in, man. I thought, I said that at the thing that Taro brought me to.
Yep.
And with like all the rich people and shit. And I said I stopped doing drugs. I cleaned up my life, and I thought art would be a good cheap way to.
Yep.
And I said, oh boy, was I fucking wrong.
I mean, I spent way more money on drugs than I do on art.
That is true. I spent more drugs on drugs I didn't do.
Yo, 100%. Yep.
I think I bought more drugs for other people in my time than I've ever bought for myself.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yep.
But so it was to kill some time.
Absolutely.
Keep the hands occupied.
Yeah, I had to do something, man. That's as simple as it is.
Because you know what they say, the idle hands.
That's right.
No, let that motherfucker in.
I mean, I was around it. I mean, I had friends that painted when I was growing up, shit like that, but we didn't focus on it. We were all skateboarders.
You obviously have a fucking talent, though.
Barely.
If you just started and that was what you were coming up with, there is some kind of.
Yeah, well, I've drawn and colored since I was a freaking little kid. You know,
So,
my friends went to art school,
me
tattoo
too,
artists.
But I still suck.
Yeah, you don't suck.
I've done the same throw up for years. That's why it looks all right.
Draw the same stupid head every time.
But you can change it up, and I can't.
Spray a different background on a sticker. That's as simple as it gets, man. I am not
it's all an illusion.
Yes, it is. I'm not a stinking role model or anything.
Dude, you were one of my first. I go, this shit is tits.
You need higher standards, son.
You put the detail in the teeth, and I always thought that was fucking awesome. Those little lines.
I stole it. I stole that. I saw Die Slow freaking start putting scratches on the side of his guy. And Sore is always, that's my friggin' hero.
I miss him, man.
Oh my gosh.
I think he's alive.
I would hope so.
Someone said he was alive.
I would hope so.
Which you have to say, dude, a guy just died the other day, and I felt bad. Someone posted him.
Oh, yep.
What the fuck? I can't remember his name. And I looked.
Above as below.
Yeah.
The Philly dude.
And I looked, and I seen he was following me. I felt bad. I go, shit.
Yep.
I felt bad about that.
I never got anything from him, I don't think, but he was good.
He was was he characters?
Yeah, he a lot of character faces.
Oh yeah, with messages and shit,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Dude's freaking G.
Those Philly
liked
guys,
him.
man, they're big on that shit.
They are.
They got it down. They
Yep.
know how to do it. It was like those. I got into it by seeing. I think it was BWR. It was
Yep.
like one of the first ones I saw.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember my character, the little fucking. It's like
Yeah,
a half.
absolutely.
That was kind of. I wanted something easy.
Yep.
Simple, blocky.
Repeatable.
Right, and I saw because I saw BWR and I go, this is.
Yep.
Even though he can do it like it's printed.
Yeah, he don't even have to think about it.
Right, it's just like, and I go, I just want something simple, and that's kind of where that came from. But
Yep.
yeah, I felt bad about that when I saw that shit. It wasn't the first one, but
No.
But it sucks when I go and it's like follow back, and I was like,
That's
damn.
right. It's like no page found.
Yeah, right. I go, shit. So that's where you got.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been interested in stickers. You know, skateboard culture, snowboard culture.
yeah.
That's what we did. We put
that's
stickers
true.
on freaking everything.
That's true.
So, like, I want to say probably around 03, 04 is when I started seeing, like, RWK. And I had to search for that stuff, too, because, like, I'd see them in Chicago, which is weird.
Yeah.
And then, like, I live in the suburbs of Chicago, you know, Gary, Indiana. The art isn't right there in front of your face.
Right.
Gary is a little different. You know, a lot of the New York guys come through and hit it now. But back then, it was non-existent.
Right.
So
And the internet wasn't. There was like
there was no internet.
like
I grew up
a
without
community.
internet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Damn, is there bugs? Is there fucking
It was just a gnat. I'm all right.
those bags of garbage.
Dude, I had to search for graffiti when I was growing up. You know, I was a suburb kid. Just
Right.
normal human being. We'd drive up to frickin' the city and get our 12-ounce magazines and shit like that. That's where I saw.
Really? You had some of those and shit?
100%.
No shit.
Yeah. They sold them up in the city. We'd go up there. We'd see that. I had one buddy, probably my best friend. He painted, and he was freaking awesome. Like, he'd be in those magazines. Like, he'd be
shit.
like, here's my piece.
Oh, that's
And,
cool.
You know, it's just like we'd go try to find his artwork.
Right.
And we did. And I'd tag around and play with those guys a little bit, but I was never serious about that stuff. I had way too much other stuff.
Did you have different
going.
names? Did you write anything?
Nope.
It was always Dick?
My friend in high school, RIP, started calling me Dick in high school because he could get away with it in class.
That's right. And
It wasn't a departure from my name.
Right.
He called me Dick. So I just rode with it. I'm not freaking very imaginative anyway. I just let it go. And so I just write it on everything. Now my kids introduce me to their friends as Dick.
Do they? Good for them.
Yep.
Good for them.
All day. And I don't care. I don't care if people know my government name or freaking whatever
That's,
else. Nobody's looking for me.
We were just talking about this earlier when he first was like, "Hey, what's up with those fucking blue tops?" And I was like, "You want me to put like any special name on the package?" He's like, "No, I don't give a fuck. Put my fucking name on it."
It doesn't matter to me.
At the time, dude, I had all kinds of like crazy requests, you know, like
Of course.
and people
I get it.
people are still like that.
Sure.
That when they order shit, I can tell. I'm like, this is obviously a fucking. But I just want. I know I've said this before, but if you order something for your own good, the site doesn't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Your fucking postman might look at that
They do.
if they're very familiar with your route and say, "Oh, this is not right." It's happened. I've had people, and they had like Big Dick McGraw or some shit. So now I'll. It might not say that when you order, and it might say BD McGraw, and they say, "Oh, must be forward mail or some shit." So please, I implore you. Is that the?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I implore you. Put your real name on it. I don't know who you are. You're fucking John Smith from 123 Fake Street, and that's just what it is. It's for your own good, so your shit gets there, and then it's not my fault because you put Big Dick Johnson on your fucking thing, and
I've used that name.
But see, you can I can fucking do that though. I can put dick, and it'll fucking get there.
That's right.
So yes, well maybe if someone puts that, I've had some ones though that I just couldn't even do.
No.
Like all kinds of like super racial shit. Not racial, but like.
I get it.
You know, like the word. And I'm like, dude, I can't fucking write this on your mail. What are you doing? Okay, so I put LNJ. That's what you get. I can't write that shit.
And normally when I send stuff out, it's going to be like Rich in my last initial or my initial. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm not going to give you my full name, but normally my freaking address is on that thing.
Right.
The return address. So what's the difference?
What's the difference? That's
Google
true.
Maps is going to freaking find me no matter what.
That's true. That's true. You do have the main piece of information. Everyone's like, you should get a PO box.
Yep.
And I'm like,
I wasn't smart enough.
In my old town, it was like $60 for the year. Here, it's $360 for the year.
Thanks.
And I just said, fuck it. Fucking, you got the address. Whatever.
At this point, what I'm doing, it don't matter anyway.
You kind of slowed down. You haven't.
It'll
been
pick
fucking
back up.
You should. I want you to pick back up.
You
have spurts.
I have seasons.
It's
seasonal. Like January through like March, I'll be active again.
Right.
Because the winter's going to be slower, and I'll have time to do stuff. My kids are getting older, so I don't have to worry about carting them around the country anymore.
And you did around the country. I remember you were all over the fucking
all
place.
over the place.
He's like, oh, I'm here. Now I'm here. I'm in Florida. I was like, oh, it's January. Or whatever it was. It was like in the winter and shit. You're like, fucking A.
I hit up Orlando hard.
Did you?
A couple years in a row.
He said Orlando.
I at least got like 20 stickers up. Which is a lot for me.
That's what, fucking 20 more than I've done in the past 10 years. I'm ashamed to say I'm not up like that no more.
I'm not either.
All I did like what I did, and then I got noticed in Rochester.
Sure.
And then it turned into like a big testing thing after I got out of Blue Tops and stopped doing stickers kind of. And so now it's just like, I'll try this. Let's see how this holds up on this surface somewhere I go. So if you see drip lines and shit, that's me. I'm up into drip lines. I'm up into fucking bullshit. But I rarely even do shit anymore. Just because every time I get like the opportunity to test something.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna test this.
Yep.
So
I get it.
But so you were seeing RWK shit back in the fucking early days,
like
in the wild.
The first time I bought something from him was like 2005. It's a Halloween hoodie, neon green.
No
I was
shit.
like, holy shit. It
still
seems
got
like
it?
Absolutely I still have it. That human being is one of the coolest people I've ever talked to in my life.
He's a fucking great dude. When I was pushing that, I had that Scribe video that fucking did like 80,000, 90,000 I think now. So I was asking people who had like the big followings. I was like, it's starting to die down. Could you share this? And I'm thinking he's more of a wholesome dude. I feel like. And I was like, fuck, this is just a straight up vandalism video. And I said, hey man, this post is doing really good. I was just kind of wondering. And he's like, hell yeah, we're all in this together. Bam! I said, fucking A, dude. He is a good ass dude.
He is a good dude. And, I'm not going to sit here and get all gay on him and shit, but he's
a good dude.
Tell you what, every time I hear that he might be coming to Chicago, I just tell him, I'll buy you dinner. Wherever you want to go, brother.
I heard.
Normally it's Cracker Barrel, but
I can't remember where the fuck I heard it, but they said like he's got like this crazy job where he travels. He's got like a 2-hour commute and then goes and does 8 hours and then a 2-hour commute back and then fucking does.
He has a regular freaking life,
right? And then does art and then crushes. Comes home after working all day and crushes shit and gets ready for shows.
That's right. If that dude sleeps 3 hours a day, I'd be surprised.
Right. He's got the work ethic is ridiculous.
I couldn't do it.
So he deserves. He's like fucking. He's pushing it, and that and RWK was one of those characters that I remember seeing, going, man, this is tits.
Yep.
And I think the first thing I ever got was the Label 228 book. You got that?
I don't know. I had the first time I'd seen him printed. I want to say was in like Peel magazine brought out their book, and I think he was in there. I'm not 100%, but I know he was around at that time because that was 25 years ago.
Right. Damn, he's been going that long? I should know this.
He's my age.
Is he really?
Yeah, I think we're almost exactly the same age.
No shit. See, you probably know more history than I do. I know, like,
You know what's weird about that is like I know like not a lot, but I know a bunch of New York history, and I shouldn't. Living in freaking Gary, Indiana.
He broke out in hives when he crossed the state line here
Yeah,
today. He was like, fucking New York.
Yeah, stinking New York State Trooper got me real quick too.
He got
Son of a gun.
He got that New York welcome big
It's
time.
an expensive trip.
I'm
But-
sorry. I'm
like,
sorry. It's my fault.
It's
It's
all
my
good. You bought me
fucking fault.
pizza. It's all right.
he had a mild chicken pizza to offset the cost of the speeding ticket.
Oh man, that was a good one.
Fucker. It wasn't as good as it could have been.
I should have been
You should have
freaking
been.
calling you for bail money.
I would have come and got it. I would have said, let's go.
Yep.
Wind it up. Unless they do it over the phone, we can do it right now.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
Damn. But you got here, fucking Erica goes, how the fuck's he here so fast? I go, I don't know. I said, well, there he goes. He just I was doing 100 miles an hour. And
102.
When you said where you were,
Yep.
I go, that's where I got that. You'll be here in 20 minutes. And fucking, she goes, oh, he'll be here in 20 minutes. He drives 100 miles an hour everywhere.
Yeah, that was a bad one. My wife's not going to be happy. Well, she knows already, but she's still not going to be
She'll
happy.
understand. We won't be home, but you'll be home tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'll go home tomorrow.
She'll be cooled off by then.
She'll be fine.
You got a bottle of Country Sweet. Say, look at this.
I'm not worried about her. She's fine. She knows what I'm up to.
Does she support your debauchery at all in vandalism?
She pushes me.
Does she?
Yeah,
Good
she
for her.
she wants me to do more,
Nice.
and
Your old lady sounds like a nice lady.
she is very nice. I love her, but she tries to push me and make me do things,
And that's when you want to do the opposite.
yes, and that's why you see I haven't put out freaking anything in like 7 months.
She's nagging. She's like, you gotta get some stickers out.
You got to find something to do, son.
No, I refuse.
That's right.
You guys been together a long time.
Almost 30 years.
Almost 30 years.
1994. I started dating that lady.
God damn.
Ended up
94.
marrying her.
I was 8.
I know. I know you were.
I was 8.
Uh-huh.
I was 8.
No, I'm just freaking normal, man.
Oh shit.
Normal. Wife, kids.
Wife, kids,
Normal
kids are
job.
kids are about to be fucking rolled out onto the
Well,
next stage.
You would think.
He said
One left and came
almost. It's a revolving door.
Yeah. They can stay as long as they want.
And that's good. Because they're good people, and so you don't mind having them around.
Nope, not at all. I'm not worried about my children whatsoever.
If they were fucking assholes, different story.
That's right.
No, it sounds like you did a good job, man. I told you that many times.
I know. We've
Just
talked
about
a long time.
family stuff, and
I've told you stuff that I haven't told friends,
I
like
don't-
friends.
I don't know anything.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know
right.
nothing.
Just keep it that way.
I don't know nothing. Someone was saying to me, I can't remember what it was. He confided in me, Instagram.
Sure.
And he's like, I don't know. I go, my entire business is built around keeping my fucking mouth shut. But you can fucking tell me anything. I know all kinds of shit. Like in the Blue Top days, dude, I had addresses and full names
Oh, yeah.
for fucking
You could have thrown anybody under the bus if you wanted to.
anything. Just like
Yep.
the big heavy hitters in the country. And I was like, that's why I had this rapport, and I
Yep.
still have. If I fucking hate you, it doesn't matter. And I know all this. It's not something I'm gonna, I would never. If we had a fucking issue, it's not like I got your address.
Yep.
No, it's so
I don't understand that crap.
people are insane.
Well, because you can hide behind the freaking internet.
I had a dude do that. Fucking when he said something about Aaron, when I posted fucking knuckle up or something, and
Yep.
it turned into a big deal.
Yep.
So I went on cause he started saying, I ordered something from you before, haha. So you better watch. I got that return address, and then I fired.
Come
back.
get some.
I fired back with, well, then you know what that means. If
Yep.
you got the return address, pal,
Yep.
you want to fuck around. Don't fucking. He's talking about you'll beat my fucking at the time 9-year-old fucking ass. What's wrong with you? And that turned into a thing. I don't even know what I did. I searched through all these posts, and I narrowed it down, and I messaged all these people, and I fucking found out who that dude was from tracing it
Yep.
back, asking people in a car show community. I was like, there's used to be this guy that drove this Honda. His blue. It's got this shit. It's like, that's fucking what's his name, right? And they're like, yeah, wait, who is this? And I was like, yeah, I knew that was that motherfucker.
Right. It's not hard to track people down.
But I was so upset because
I don't blame you.
it was my bubby.
Yep.
People say all kinds of crazy
You
shit
can say
about
whatever
me.
you want about me.
And I was like, why would you pick him out?
That's right.
And that's all I wanted in the end was I was like, why did you pick on him?
Yep.
Why were you doing that? And he was just a cock. That's all it boils. He's a little kid. What the fuck's
Yep.
the matter with you? So,
Yep.
Anyway, but I might have beat his fucking ass if I had the opportunity.
Oh, well, I think at that time, I remember this time because I was like, I will fly out
I'll
there
fucking-
and we will do whatever we got to
fucking-
do to eliminate this human being.
But then it's still when I narrowed it down, I figured it out because he was throwing up a gang hood. He was saying I'm with this, so I looked up like, all right, I know it's super segregated in L.A.
Yeah.
Like if you're from this neighborhood, you
Yep.
are from like this fucking square.
That's right.
So then I searched back through all the orders with what that would fall into. And I go, there it is.
Yeah.
That's gotta be the one. If not, like it's close, but whatever. But even then, that never did nothing.
Yep.
I was like,
It's because people hide behind their internet, man.
right.
I mean, I love it. I love like IG and seeing what everybody's doing. But then again, I mean, you see the stuff I post. Normally, it's just to trigger somebody. You
Just
know what
to
I
get
mean? It's just
people
like,
going.
oh, let's get somebody wound up today. But a lot of people they hide behind the freaking web now because there's no accountability.
there is zero accountability, and I see some wild shit.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
know you've seen a wild.
Yep.
I think we all have. I think we can all agree that we've seen some wild shit. Mainly talking, also some visual things, but mainly talking. People are fucking insane.
Yeah.
There are some like, and I sometimes I feel like I'm insane.
Well, you are,
because
but-
of things that I say and shit. But I'm trolling.
Yes.
And now it never used to do this before, but now Instagram will show you if your comment on another post
Yep.
was liked or whatever.
Yep.
And before you would only see like on your posts if people would comment. So I get shit. I see like people liking things like wild shit that I'm
Yes.
saying,
Yep.
just totally random, and it makes me laugh because I'm like, someone saw me out
Oh,
there
yeah, dude.
saying crazy shit. And I don't say nothing bad, but I say like about videos and shit.
100%.
Oh, there was Muhammad Ali. It was I don't know if it was Joe Frazier. They were having an argument and like a fight promo. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like an old video.
Yeah, from like the 60s probably.
Something like that, and they were going back and forth in Muhammad Ali was saying, "Sit down, Joe. Sit down,"
yeah.
or something like that.
Yep.
And the guy was approaching him, and Muhammad Ali's brother stands up, and he's got like the trench coat. He like starts reaching for a gun and all this shit. And I commented something like, I go, what a clown. I go, your brother's the fucking champ, and you're about to pull a gun on somebody at a fight promo, fucking clown. And then I see like people liking it and shit. It was, I don't know.
Yeah. That's
just-
normally something that would get me freaking banned for 4 days.
You would get a
I
strike.
think I'm on the list.
He's at the Zuck list.
That's fine. I hate that guy.
I had a something that just recently was like the post went crazy. Oh, it was a guy with like a crazy. You remember when I shaved the sides of my head and it looked crazy? There was like a dude who was like had that haircut, but like he was a stylish. He's like some model or something, and he told the woman the last time you got fucked was by genetics.
Jesus.
And he was like yelling at her. They were arguing, and I commented. I said she messed up picking a fight with a guy who looks like that. He's been arguing his whole life, and it ended up getting like 30 or 40,000 likes. So my shit was going crazy for days on some stupid trolling shit.
Yes, something that you did was a flippant comment.
I don't even care at all what this guy's arguing about. You know, it's
I
like,
get it.
dude. So, but anyway, so no accountability, and so that's why I try not. I never say like any violent shit or anything crazy like that.
I'd never say anything that's actually going to freaking hurt somebody. You know what I mean? Especially like family.
Right.
Not going to happen.
Right.
Never do that. It just makes no sense.
No, and dude, I'm too old for that shit. If
you're too old
said,
for
"Oh no
it."
shit."
Yeah. Oh shit.
No, I like busting balls, and I like getting people worked up about things.
I do too.
So people care a lot about things,
Especially now.
especially now. People are crazy,
Everybody's so freaking
and
divided.
and it's a weird divided thing too, because I try not to talk too much politics.
Nope.
But it's
I do.
he said,
A lot.
He said, no, me. But it's a weird divided thing where people don't want to be talked about or categorized, but also at the same time categorizing themselves and doing it's a very contradictive environment. And on all sides,
hypocritical.
It's very, very hypocritical shit going on right now. So it's like for me, I gotta walk like a fine line.
Well, you're running a business, so you have no choice.
Right. And I.
Me, it don't matter.
He said,
I don't care if I sell anything ever
He
again.
said, I can fucking say whatever I want. And
basically it.
I gotta really be careful because, and you know, stuff that we said growing up, I know we're like a little bit different.
It's not allowed.
But you can't.
I grew up in the 80s. I mean, you were born in the 80s.
I was born
you
in
know
the
what I mean?
80s. But the same type of banter,
Yep.
you can't do that shit anymore.
Nope.
And I'm okay. And you know, I'm working on that because I got kids that are in this next phase of what society
they're gonna have to
is.
figure all this shit out.
Right, and I'm teaching them. You know, see, this might be a thing. It might upset some people, but we'll just say it right now. I'm from New York. I'm from Rochester. I grew up in the hood. I was an N-worder. I N-worded with the best of them on my neighborhood, on my block for many years. I never had a problem. It was never a thing.
It depends on your company too. You know what I mean?
And everyone knew, and I was good, and they knew I was from there.
Yep.
And I never had an issue.
Yep.
And it was just in my lexicon.
Sure.
I didn't mean anything
It's
by
where you
it.
grew up.
It was. And
It's what you knew.
And then Aaron, my son, he said, "Why do you say that?" And this was a couple years ago. And I said, "What? Say what? Why do you say that?" And I said, "I don't know. It's just the way I talk." He said, "I don't like it. It hurts my feelings." And that was it.
That was it?
And I said,
That's all it takes.
and I said, damn. And it made me think, like, if it hurts his feelings, and normally I don't care about hurting people's feelings.
Sure.
But I don't want to just fucking hurt people's feelings
That's
just
true.
for the sake
And
of doing
when,
it.
When your kid is telling you that too,
Right.
it's a different. It brings it into a different freaking level.
And then I go, shit. And, I don't want to. It's like a stray bullet kind of thing.
Yep.
I don't want to just, if you're offended by something I'm saying, fuck you. But I don't also want to just upset people.
That's right.
For me just being me and think, well, you should,
Yep.
So that changed everything right there. And I was like, well, it's not that important to me. I can untrain myself of all these years of that being okay.
Yep.
And people are probably listening right now going, that was never okay. But maybe where you're from.
It depends on where you live.
I was on a fucking block. It was never an
Yep.
issue. It was like no one ever looked at me fucked up. It was just like that's the
way it was.
We all came up on DMX, fucking the locks, and it was different.
Yep.
And like how they say like about older folks, it was a different time, and it was a different
It's the
fucking
truth.
time.
It's like half my life I grew up without the freaking internet. Now it's a completely different freaking world.
Right,
You know what I mean? I don't even know how to work my phone 99% of the time.
I did like half my life without the internet, and then I got totally consumed by it.
Of course.
And I fell right into the early birth of the internet, and so I lived it. I've done both.
Yep.
And I didn't have cable internet till I was in my 20s.
Yep.
So I did dial-up internet from like 12. Then I stopped because everyone was getting raided by the fucking feds. So that was like a block where I didn't do anything. And then when I finally came back, it was on cable internet, and I was like, oh, this shit is, everyone's gone, everyone's in prison. I'm good on that. But I did half my life with no internet, and it's definitely different. The world is fucking
100%.
different.
My brother is closer to your age, and it was like he was the video game era. You know what I mean?
Right.
We were outside freaking breaking things
Right.
when I was 13 years old. You
Right.
know what I mean? His age, they were playing stinking Mortal Kombat or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just
My parents had to take Mortal Kombat 2 away from me because I was like fucking addicted to it on
Yep.
Sega. They made me walk it. I borrowed it from these kids down the street, and they made me fucking walk it back down there because I was like, they were like, we see you're acting different.
Yep.
Something's fucking wrong
Yep.
with you. And
the
I was
truth.
like, oh shit. I said, I fucking. So yes, the internet has technology. I think in general,
It is.
Technology is like
just
it's different.
It is, and it changes every. I mean, I was used to freaking Nextel walkie-talkie phones and shit,
Right.
And now it's something I got to push a button and can't figure out.
I remember my dad's boss, when my dad actually didn't have his company before he lost his job after 9/11. Mm-hmm. He was a cobbler and a fucking
Like building shoes?
building shoes and luggage repair.
Okay.
They're all kind of in the same leather craft and shit. Well, after 9/11, people like stopped traveling for this brief period.
Yep.
So this thing hit the industry, the luggage industry. You wouldn't think about like the trickle down effect.
Yeah.
Like the COVID shit trickled down, and then a year later, businesses were going out because people weren't doing this. And then like the Walmart shoe era, Payless,
Yep.
where people weren't getting their shoes fixed anymore. You just
Didn't
buy
have
a
to.
new one, right? You just fucking buy
$22 and go
Exactly.
get a new pair.
So he ended up losing his job from that. But where the fuck was I going with this?
I don't know.
I started something about my dad and his fucking
Internet. We were talking about not having the internet or video games.
damn. Well, I fucking started going off on a tangent about fucking something about my father.
My attention span is about 12 seconds.
No, what the fuck was it? Damn, I can't remember. Something about that shit. And he lost his fucking job, but before he lost, oh yeah, now I remember. There we go. I gotta bring it back, motherfucker. So his boss had a car phone that you would plug in the lighter.
Had one of those.
Car phone, right?
Bag phone.
And I pulled up out front of my mom's house on Carnes Street in the hood, and I was like, "This is the coolest thing ever." So I called my mom. I had to take a shit. I was like 6 or 7, maybe I was 8. I was probably too old, dude. I shit my pants because I wanted to make this call and tell my mom, guess where I am?
I'm on a car
phone.
phone.
I shit myself, dude. I did. And that was my introduction to cellular telephones.
Yep.
Was shitting myself out front. Damn, I just ripped my pants.
An old analog phone, too. Yes, you did rip your frickin' pants.
Look, I ripped them earlier and I got duct
you
tape
got
on
duct
it.
tape on that
Why
side.
the fuck
so-
are they falling apart? Dude, they're fucking disintegrating.
I'll buy you shorts if you want me to.
Ah, man, I only wear fucking thrift store shorts.
Hey, my freaking youngest son stays at the thrift
You weren't
store.
lying, too. You got Dickies on.
I do.
He
I
said
wear Dickies all day.
He said, that's all I got.
That's all I wear is Dickies, man.
Damn, you just
I'm
watched
the whitest cholo you've ever met.
These guys are all Dickies all the time.
Hey,
Yeah, so things, even as much as the phones were different. Like
Yep.
fucking, I said I got a fucking busy signal. I can't remember where the fuck I was calling like a week or two ago, and Aaron's like, "What?
a busy signal.
What is that?" I go, listen, and then it doesn't even let you listen anymore. It just hangs up.
Yeah.
It's like busy. Click. It already
Yep.
knows. The phone's like, listen, we got this.
Yep.
It's busy. You might not know what this means, but it's busy now. There's all kinds of shit that I've what the fuck was it? I said click over. I was like, how do I click over? And the kids are like, what the fuck do you mean click over? I go, well, at a time, I remember it was a big deal.
That's right.
When you could click over when someone called.
You hit the middle button on the phone,
Hit the
and you got
button.
the other call.
And then you got the other call, and then you say, all right, hold on, I gotta call you back. Let me click over. Boop. And then you do it for back
Yeah.
and forth, telling people, okay, no, he says this. All right, I'll tell him this. Boop, boop, boop. Mm-hmm. And then when we figured out three-way calling, and then we figured out like you three-way call, and then you three-way call, and we'll have like 6 motherfuckers in there.
And then you click the button to switch over to a call, and you don't know who you're talking to, and you say the wrong shit, and now you're screwed.
Oh, wait, what?
Talking shit about the other person
Yeah, this
on
is
the
some
other
fucking
line.
bullshit. I was like, wait, hold on, wait. Yeah, and they don't know any of that
None.
shit. They got no fucking clue.
None.
And I'm like, things used to be different.
They were.
And I always used to say it would be nice to go back to. I said nowadays, you remember you called somebody, they didn't answer. Call them back later, right?
That's right.
Call them back later, they didn't answer. They're fucking gone all day. Now you're calling 9:00 at night, calling back, no one answer. Damn, I've been gone all fucking day. Do that now. They're calling 911.
That's
he
right.
He ain't been answering his phone in the last 25 minutes.
That's right.
He
You
must
get
be dead.
17 freaking texts, 4 phone calls.
Oh my God, we're
Yep.
calling the police.
That's
Something
right.
must be wrong.
I still deal with that all the time, man.
I miss just being gone.
Yep.
You can't fucking be gone. You're gone all day. You come back, you got an answer machine. What the fuck's an answer machine? Well, let me tell you, answer machine.
Yep.
Sometimes, and ones had before digital, they had a little tape, and sometimes that shit would get full or it would like fucking spin back and erase and start over again. You fucking lose all your messages. And you had to re-record your shit. You guys don't know anything about that.
No.
There's people that are listening right here. They're like,
What in the world planet did you grow up
Yeah,
in?
fucking answering machine. Yeah, you're gonna go rub your two fucking rocks together and
That's
start a
right.
fire.
Well, I've done that too.
He said, "I've done that
I'm
too."
a hillbilly.
I do recall a time when you would turn your oven on and crack it open a little
That's
bit.
right.
Fucking warm up the kitchen.
Got that right.
Those are the days.
Oh,
They got no clue, and that almost kind of comes back to people's attitudes these days on this unaccountability and shit like that. Like it's like the Wild West, and back in the day, like if you wanted to say something to somebody, it had to be here,
in face,
or you had to
Yep.
like tell somebody, and then
Yep.
you know there was a chance that you were gonna see them.
That's right.
They were
That's why people didn't talk as much shit back then,
Right.
because you were going to meet that person
You was-
face to face.
It was gonna happen eventually. Now you could just go live your whole life with someone who said the worst things about you ever.
That's right. And you never know who they are. They're behind some freaking
Right.
username that you.
With some bullshit jerk off 360,
Yep.
0 followers, 0 posts.
Yep. They're just
Following
out
0.
there to freaking bust your ass for a day.
See
and
how much they
piss
can-
you off.
And
I'm fine with that though. I
I've
mean,
gotten better at it. I now block.
it depends. Yeah.
People. He said it depends. It depends on what kind of buttons you're pushing.
If you're pushing, if it's about me, feel free. You can say
Right.
whatever the hell you want all day long.
Right.
You know, when you start bringing in outside fucking shit.
I only ever had that happen once.
Yeah.
You know, it was like one isolated incident, and
Yeah.
I deal with a lot of people.
Yep.
Like, and I've pissed a lot of people
Oh,
off.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Even
Yep.
even before when I abused my account a little bit more, I talked a little bit more shit. I fucking argued with people. I pissed a lot of people off, but no one ever went that low.
Yeah.
And maybe the lowest it was before that was like saying, "Wow, great fucking parenting."
Yeah.
Which is debatable. I mean, some people will say the way I talk to the kids is insane, and it probably is. But they don't see that way.
Yeah, I've seen the way you act around your kids just in the last few hours, and I think you're doing all right.
We're very open, and
You're honest with them.
I'm honest. They know all about all
know everything
drug
about you.
problems,
Yep.
everything. And I said, this is what happens when you do. You remember how it was?
Yep.
You remember what it was like? I know it's not. You don't really remember a whole lot of it. But you remember when we would go on walks, just me, you, and Sophia, and we would just walk.
Yep.
Until mommy got home and shit. Like when we would just wander around the town and go into places and go because I just fucking couldn't be home while she was gone, you know,
Yep.
and not having good birthdays and not
Yep.
having good shit. I was like, that's what drugs fucking do.
100%.
You know, and I don't want them to, because I remember like I was stealing weed from my dad, and while he was telling me that weed was like a bad thing. It's like, bad, fucking no, you never do this. And I was going, and he had this fat bud, and I remember I could hit it with my hand and like
Flake it.
and like flake it off,
Yeah.
and it would just get a little bit smaller until eventually it ended up just gone. There was nothing left of it. I just said, "Oh fuck it, we might as well just take the whole thing at this point." But that type of thing always. It stuck with me even when I was young. Like, do as I say, not as I do. I didn't really like that.
Yeah.
You got to set an example, and I show them, like, I might not have the best mouth and I might not have the best way of dealing with things, but they don't watch me fuck people. I've never done, you know, like they've never seen total insanity of. And it's not because I'm hiding it from them. I'm trying to be a better person.
Yes.
I was a violent lunatic. Aaron was alive when I was dealing drugs, and he was just a baby. And I told him I was making bad decisions. It wasn't good. And I drove different, and I was fucking, you know. So I'm trying to get them ready. When things happen in the real world and I'm not there, I don't want them to be shocked.
Yes.
And not know how to react to
Yep.
this, you know. They say, "Oh, well, maybe I will try drugs because, you know, everyone just said drugs are bad, don't do drugs." Well, no, I remember my dad said that we were all fucked up because of drugs.
Yeah.
And everything was bad because of drugs, and this person died because of it. And my dad cried when fucking Travis Bauer died because of drugs, you know, and I watched my dad cry because of that. And when this, you know, so I've always been very open with them.
Yep.
And because the world is fucking crazy.
You got that right. And what the drugs they have to deal with now?
Yeah, dude.
It's like my youngest went to Bonnaroo this year in Tennessee, and I was like, you smoke weed. You know what I mean? Do your thing. Do not take a stinking pill from anybody at that freaking party. There's no way.
And back when we were younger, and you too, like when we were like if you took drugs, it was like, don't take drugs because that shit could fuck you up. Because, you know, you might not be ready for it. Now it's like you will die.
Yeah.
You will fucking die.
It could be your first freaking time.
Right. And you could be dead.
And freaking heart attack right there.
Dead.
And
OD, total fucking, no one knows what to do. They put you somewhere because he's having a bad one. And you're fucking choking and you're aspirating. You're dying. Yeah, fuck that.
Dude, if the shit that's around today was around when I was heavy into freaking painkillers, I'd be dead. I guarantee it.
Right.
There's no question about it. I mean, at one point in my life, I was taking 60 Vicodin a day. I would go through a full script as soon as that thing was freaking filled.
And what they're finding out now is that the actual 5 milligrams of fucking hydrocodone isn't really what the fuck was fucking people up. It was the 100,000 milligrams of acetaminophen of aspirin.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And that's why
I started taking painkillers for the right reason. I got hurt,
and that's how a lot of people got
lower back pain. You know what I mean? Which is common with 400 million freaking people. Started taking them, did what the doctor said. Soon, freaking 1 wasn't enough.
Yeah.
3 wasn't enough. I stopped freaking counting.
Right.
And at that point, I was going from doctor to doctor to doctor. Norco, Vicodin, Oxy.
And this was before the
Somas.
networks and shit.
This is before the freaking internet blew up, so I could do that. I could
go
doctor
everywhere.
shop.
Yeah.
And I did it.
I
ain't proud
even
of
then,
it
there
at
wasn't
all.
like a big stigma for that.
No.
It was just like, yeah, you got this shit.
Every 7 days, I got a new script filled.
Every 7, damn.
I had that doctor that was just like, here's your 5 and your freaking refills, like just like that.
Holy fuck.
And God bless him. Best thing that ever happened to me was that doctor dying.
Really?
Yeah, he keeled over.
Damn.
And because if he wouldn't have freaking died, I probably would have still been doing it, or I'd have been dead by now. That's just, I mean, I was off the freaking rails at that point.
I mean, pressing pills with fentanyl.
It's unbelievable.
It is insane. The guy, I don't know if you heard the story about this guy, Tommy Gordon, a friend of my family's. There was 2 streets my mother grew up on. There were 2 streets, and then there was nothing. And it's in Gates. It's right across from what's the pit where they fucking dig for shit? Quarry.
Okay.
So this is like a very isolated. It's 2 dead end streets. They back up to the expressway. There's no other streets for miles south of where you were today. And so they were all very tight in these 2 neighborhoods. Well, this guy Tommy Gordon, we did work for him. He started hanging out with my dad. He's a super nice guy. He lived and worked in a high rise downtown in Rochester, and he does some blow and shit. He laughs like that and shit. He finds a bag of what he thinks is like some really good coke.
Yep.
So he takes a picture of it, leaves his apartment, goes to this bar in Gates by his old house, by their old streets. Shows the guys that he goes there with, guys that my dad knows and everyone knows. And they go, oh, go back and get it. Goes back to the house, does a line of this shit, leaves. By the time he gets back to the bar, it's probably 10 minutes. He fucking walks in, ODs. They said it was fentanyl. He OD'd on fentanyl. He woke up in the hospital. He said they treated him like shit because everyone's ODing on fentanyl. It's fucking not a big deal.
There's another one.
And he goes, they didn't give me any of my stuff. He lost his work phone, his wallet, his jacket. They sent him home in an Uber in his hospital, in his scrubs, yeah, in his shit. And he said, I almost fucking died.
Yeah.
And so he fucked up because, you don't know what that was.
Yep.
But I've also heard of people like my cousins, Valenti's, their cousin, he's a fucking dentist. Did a little blow at, partying, dead. Fucking OD, fentanyl, fucking killed him. You don't know. It's so dangerous.
Freaking dangerous out there, man.
Dangerous, and that's what drugs were dangerous when we were young because you'll get hooked on drugs.
That's right.
Now drugs are dangerous because
You're gonna die.
You will be fucking dead.
Like, you look at it, touch it,
Yeah.
and it's over.
You'll be dead. And it's so I didn't realize how big of a deal it was. Now I know like heroin addicts. When we want heroin, I could fucking get that heroin out of here. It's bullshit.
Yeah, no kidding.
Fentanyl. When I took Paulie to mental hospital the first time before he left to California and disappeared, we checked him in, and I had to sit there for like 8 hours. Me and her were sitting there. We're talking to security guard because now we're just there.
Yes.
And this guy, because he was fucking in there for mental hygiene or whatever, they put a security guard with us, even though he was fine. So we sat there. We're talking to the security guard, and he said they would they plug the sink, shoot up, and run the water. So then when they fall on the ground, eventually the sink will overflow
And wake
the
'em
water
up?
will fucking hopefully juice them back. He goes, so we'll be sitting there in the water, it'll just come out into the hallway. I go, holy shit, man. And this was like kind of the start of that. So I was like, fuck.
Take some thought to do that, though.
Someone came up, they come up with some shit, man.
I wouldn't have thought of that. I'd have just keeled over
You'd
and
be
died
dead.
in the bathroom.
Right? It wouldn't even work for me. I would just be dead in water. I'd be wet and
I would
dead.
drown. I wouldn't have woke
I
up.
would drown. Yeah, that would be what would happen. A fucker, he drowned in an inch of water like my mother always said I would.
Yeah.
You could drown in an inch of water. Bullshit.
While she's dumping your head in the bucket.
Like, yeah, you fucker.
We'll prove
You
it.
want to fucking believe it, motherfucker. No, my mom's cool, man. Shout out to my mom. She's got COVID right now. I called her like 2 days ago. And she's like, yeah, this is our first day. I go, well, if you need anything, let me know. I'll bring it by and leave it there. She's like, nah, they're fucking hardcore. She's like, nah, I don't need nothing. Called the next day. She's like, oh, I said, Ma, you gotta keep an eye on that shit. Ma, fucking. She's like, I'm okay. I'm just fucking having a little trouble breathing. I called her today. It was her birthday. Happy birthday, Ma.
Happy birthday, Mom.
And happy birthday, Aunt Donna, the twins. And then she sounded better, made me feel a little better. Dude, we did a customer's house. There was a guy and a woman are like hippie people. We just did their house at the beginning of the spring. Well, we went and it was him. We're like, oh. He goes, wife died of COVID. I was like, oh, shit. And they like chain smoked and shit. And it made me think. So then when my mom was sick, I was like, fuck, man. I'm like, I started thinking about it. I was like, I hope she doesn't. She's in her, she's 60 and shit. And I was like, fuck. And I never really gave a fuck. I didn't care when I had it. I was like, well, whatever.
I had it 3 times. Didn't care.
You had it 3 times?
3 times.
Shit, I had it twice that I'm sure of. And that first time is when I quit smoking. And it was December. Yeah, it was December, Christmas Eve. We ended up having to leave my uncle's house in Brockport here because Aaron shot a fever up to like 104. So we left. Everyone was fucked up. I was so sick it made me quit smoking. And then COVID came out in the next month, January 19th.
That's when it got popular.
That's when it fucking... And so I'm like, oh, that had to be it.
Yep.
We were driving out to this job that was like an hour away. Me, Jimmy, my dad, were all in the front cab of the van. I was like, I felt like I was tripping. I was so sick. And it was an apartment building that was a new build. I remember looking down the hallway, and it looked like a million miles down the hallway. I was like, oh, shit, we got to do all these rooms tonight. It had to be that. I think it was. I was like fucked up.
Yeah.
Dude, I quit smoking. I smoked for almost 20 years.
Yep.
So, but
First time I had it, shoot, I thought it felt like withdrawal symptoms, man.
Was
like,
it?
It was just migraine, headache, shaking, freezing, hot, the whole freaking deal. It only lasted like 8 hours, and I was over it.
Right, you have like one bad day.
It was a night. It was like it woke me up, and then I freaking fought through the night. And then the next day, I mean, I was still shitty, but I was freaking fine. I walked away, which a lot of people weren't. But
I was like, fuck, man. Some people got fucked up on that shit.
Yeah.
Some people, but not. I'd say the majority of people
were already freaking unhealthy anyway.
This is true, and I do believe that it cashed in a lot of people that were had issues.
Oh yeah.
Or that just weren't taking care of themselves in general. So
you don't want to talk about that, though.
No, you can't say
you don't want to start talking conspiracy, COVID club, and all that crap.
Damn, that was a good one. Look at you go.
I'm still young, a little bit.
I can't even get anyone to step on my back anymore.
I'll do it.
Anyway, he said, I'll do it. I'm like, better watch out. I had to pay the boy. I go, come on, man. Fucking just squeeze my fucking shoulders. I'm fucking hurting. I'm old. He don't understand it. Will you do
wait.
that? Will you fucking get my shoulders here?
Yeah. They don't know.
So, no, dude, I believe in a lot of fucking conspiracies. True Chains. We'll see you Monday, sir. But
Yeah, I should have been here tonight. We could
dude,
talk.
we could have fucked. I need to dude. This thing right here. That's like what controls. One mic goes there, one mic goes there. But I only got 2 fucking ports.
It's all good.
So I need to get one that's got like 4. Then I could really get
You
it.
can have your
fucking
whole
bumping.
crew up here.
Yeah, and Taro, I think it was Taro and Silo, and they're like, "Oh, we'll share a mic," or someone said about having, and I go, "It's just not the same."
Yeah.
Because I can change your levels
Sure.
in post. I can do whatever.
Yeah.
But then when you got 2 people, it's hard to like balance
And over talk and everything
Right.
else. Yep.
So I would like it, and it's not that big of a deal. This box is, dude, you can't, if you go to their website, they're like a big company, it's M Audio. They have a legacy section for like all their old shit, and this isn't even on there.
Really?
For like to get software updates and shit, they're
Uh-huh.
like, what the fuck? You still got this? That shit's old as shit.
That's right. As long as it freaking works.
Oh, it works beautiful. And then these mics, I just got gifted that one, which is the same as this one.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising.
It was tits. I was
Yeah.
like, fuck.
It's a nice setup.
It's all right. It's gonna be tits when it's done.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause it's getting a little chilly in here right now. See, we'll have a wall, and then if it gets cold, I got the heating and air unit right there to get it either whatever it needs to be. So I think that'll be cool. And then if anyone feels like making music or something, maybe we'll give that, or we'll fucking
That's what I came out here for. I was gonna do my new rap song or
He said I
whatever.
was gonna do. So I got it
Whatever
right
you
here.
kids call it.
Dude, when Twan and I were talking, because we made a lot of music together, I go, again, this is what we dreamed of. I go, and now look, we're sitting here having a conversation.
Yeah, now we're just talking like
Now we're
old
just
people.
talking. I got the software, I got the shit, got the mics, we got all the shit, and you go, now we're just like talking. But it was fun. It was cool, man. We talked shit for fucking 3.5 hours. He's like, what time is it? I'm like, it's like 9. He's like, it's fucking 10:30. I was like, oh shit. You gotta go. You got a family and shit. I gotta go, but it's right there.
You gotta walk 50 feet.
You gotta walk about 50 feet and be reunited with everybody. I'm not ready yet. You got what, 9 fucking hours?
Yeah.
I feel like an asshole.
You should.
This definitely was not on the way.
It's been a good trip, man. Went to Virginia for 2 days.
Well, how was it before the downpouring ass rain? How was it? Was the
was
weather
alright.
at least
I mean,
all right?
Yeah, it was freaking fine. Mid-70s. Went there for a military funeral.
Did you hook up with your buddies and shit for a little bit?
Saw one friend.
That's it.
Yep.
Well, that's
Well,
all
actually,
right.
I take that back. I saw 2. The second one I can't really consider a friend. He was like 4 years older than me in high school, but he knew me. We were familiar. We hung out. It was nice.
Nice.
You know, I went down there for my buddy who I've known since I was...
It was his
a-
dad, right?
Yeah, his dad passed away. And, yeah, you know, he passed away in April. You know, we had 5 months basically to come to grips with it.
Right.
But it was a nice military funeral, and I figured I owed that man that respect.
I've
out
never
there.
been to one. I've had
sucks.
I've had a service, but my uncle, what the fuck was it? It's my uncle, my dad's uncle. They had the Legion, American Legion
Yep.
came and they did
Yep.
the thing, folded the flag and shit. But I've never been to like.
I went to
You
Quantico.
went to like the real real
Yeah,
shit.
it was-
I'm not saying that wasn't real, but
No.
this is like
No, I agree with you. 'Cause my grandfather was in the Army, and when he passed, it was the same thing. It was like, you know, he lived in Virginia.
Right.
When he had his freaking funeral, he buried him on his property.
No
And-
shit.
Oh yeah, we got our own freaking cemetery on my family's property in Virginia.
damn.
They're hillbillies.
Are you going there?
Huh?
Are you gonna go there?
Absolutely not.
No.
I don't plan on coming back to Virginia
He said,
unless I
he
actually
said,
have
I
to.
definitely don't want to be buried there. I don't even want to fucking go
I mean,
there.
I love my family, but I don't think I need to be buried in Virginia. But it was the same thing. It was like the guys that served at his funeral.
Yeah.
They were like 80-year-old, stinking retired, National Guard guys came out, shot their guns freaking 4 times, and then
Folded the flag and da-da-da.
yep, and they just
This was like different. The
this
one you
was
just went to.
legit
It was
Marine Corps.
It was like fucking dress blues and
It was
No
very
shit.
professional.
My dad asked because my grandfather is the last, or no, he's got one brother who's much younger. My grandfather's 90, and my dad said, "Do you want this?" And he said, "Yeah, yeah, I'll take it. This is cool."
It shows some respect.
It's like, yeah.
I mean,
I think he thought it was cool watching it.
It is, and military, police funerals. I mean, I told you before.
Right.
My best friend in my life was a cop.
What a fucked up story that was.
Oh, it was a good one. He died. That was the worst funeral I've ever been a part of. And I've had a bunch of friends freaking die. Normally self-inflicted.
Right.
You know what I mean? This kid freaking died, and dude, that was like a freaking world ender for me.
That's a terrible story.
Funeral was freaking miserable. We're talking bagpipes, firefighters, hundreds of cops. You know what I mean? It was just whatever. I don't care what you think about police. Most of them are all right. And
you got out of he knocked it down to fucking 20 miles an
that's
hour
right.
for you.
The cop I met today was freaking fantastic.
You were about to go to jail.
That's right. I'm still not going to pay the ticket. I'm going to have a warrant in New York.
Just want to let you know, I appreciate what you did.
That's
not
right.
paying the shit. You got me.
Yep, he
but
did.
in the end,
yeah, it's all good. I'll pay it if it's cheap. If it's expensive, you ain't gonna see me up here in the next 7 years.
We had a discussion. I talked with I think Taro about, dude. I personally think, I know a lot of people don't agree with that. Especially these days. Dude, fucking police are necessary, man. They're fucking necessary.
100%.
My grandmother lives 45 minutes away. Everyone lives 45 minutes from her.
Yep.
What is she supposed to do?
That's right.
And then I was talking to someone else who's like, no, we need to police our own communities. Bullshit. You can't even get anyone to work at the fucking Dollar General.
That's right.
You think I'm going to fucking say, oh, no, we got this. Fuck that. I don't got this. I got these people here.
That's right.
And I'll take a look at my neighbors
Yep.
next door on either side. And besides that, fucking you guys are on your own. I think they're necessary, and when you're doing crime, I did a lot of crime. I did a lot of things. I had bad police. I've had fucking cool
100%.
police.
Yep.
I've had it all. Yeah, they were trying to get me to fucking say I stabbed all those people when I was 17. I was 16. I think, was I 16? Yeah, I was 16. They took me away from my parents, and they wanted to just say your
that's right.
confession. You'd be all right. Just say you fucking did it. They didn't give a fuck. But then I had other police that took my weed and said, "Get the fuck out of here."
That's
What
right.
are you doing? Come on.
It all depends. It depends on the kind of day they're having and the people they are. I've had cops beat the shit out of me.
Right. And it's
I'm not a
job.
freaking black dude. You know what I mean? I'm not. There's no racial thing in there. I was fucking up. They beat the shit out of me.
Right. And it happens.
And I deserved it. I did.
And I think a lot of times, some people, dude, when I watch videos and shit of people, dude, sometimes you just gotta fucking do it.
Yeah.
You just gotta do what they say. I understand. You might not agree with what's going on, but how bad do you want to make this?
Yeah.
When they were trying to take me away, I knew when her and I had the thing and I had to get rid of my guns and shit.
Yep.
And he's saying, "Just give me the gun. Just give me the gun, Kyle." And I said, "There is no gun."
Yep.
I'm not fucking giving you anything. And he's like, "No, just give me the gun. We'll keep it between me and you and the chief. There's no gun." He goes, "All right, well, I'm going to take you to jail then for domestic violence." I said, "Fucking take me to jail. I didn't fucking do it." I said, "Do what?" I said, "Am I being detained?" He goes, "You're one of those. You're one of those." And I'm all beat up.
Yep.
I'm all fucked up.
Yep.
It was a bad night. It was a drug-related thing. And somebody fucking went crazy.
Yep.
And it fucking went bad. And then the police showed up. And then I was the bad guy. So I see, I can understand.
Yeah.
And yes, I am one of those guys. I learned when I was 16, dude, I'm not saying shit. I got nothing. I don't have.
No.
And he said, we'll bring the dog in. He goes, I go, bring the dog in.
That's right.
Call him. He goes, well, that's a big deal. I said, I don't care. And no matter what, I'll never admit to it. And if you're going to find it, you're going to have to find it.
Search.
You're going to have to find it.
Yeah.
Go find it. I'm not telling you anything. But anyway, yes, like what you said, man. I I'm not one of those people. I don't want to do that job. Somebody's got to do it.
I went to school to do that job, and I decided I wasn't going to do it.
I don't know if this is it.
I was like, no, I'm out.
I don't know
You know?
if this is the one. No, that's a fucking hard job. It's high stress. It's fucking crazy.
And you're meeting everybody in a bad situation every time you freaking talk to them.
Not the same thing, but my stepdad said the same shit. He's been a mechanic his whole life. He goes, 90% of the people I deal with, they're having a fucking bad day.
That's right.
He goes, so you have to learn these techniques of de-escalation and helping people. And so, and usually 99% of the time, unless it's like a crowd thing, you know, or the police are showing up because something is fucking wrong.
That's right.
Something, whatever it is, whether it's you, your neighbor, the fucking dog across the street, something is not right. They're not here for no reason.
That's right.
Unless they are. I don't know. Unless they're fucking walking down the street and you're doing some crime. They've been called because something's not right. And someone has to do it. And I understand. I'm not a fucking idiot. And criminals' job is to not get caught.
That's right.
If you're going to do crime, don't fucking get caught. And if you do get caught, keep your mouth shut.
Get better at doing crime.
Get better at doing crime. But please, if my grandmother calls and someone's breaking into her fucking house,
They need to be there.
please go, please.
That's
Someone
right.
has to. I'm not going to make it.
Yep.
She's going to die.
That's right.
They're like, wow, dude, police response time takes 5 minutes. Mine, I'm an hour out.
Yeah.
I'd rather fucking, you know, I don't know. So, yes, I'm people try to trap me in that shit, and I go,
Whatever.
And
I've had police officers that I'm technically friends with tell me where I can go paint a train, which I don't paint trains.
Right.
But they told me you can go right here.
go pages.
You can go right through this freaking woods.
No one is going to be there.
There's nobody going to be there because they liked my art. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right.
It's just like, this is a cop liking my art, asking me for stickers. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just simple shit.
And I've had good experiences.
Yep.
I've had bad experiences.
Oh, yeah.
And I just got to know, like, this is, and it's my role as a civilian to know my fucking role. And if I'm doing something bad
That's
and I
right.
go to jail, that's fucking my fault.
I told you today when I got pulled over. I mean, I saw that cop sitting around the stinking
And I
bed.
just pulled over.
Didn't even let him freaking turn on his lights. I pulled right over the side of the road. I was like, here you go, sir.
Oh.
It was as simple as that. He was like, you're from out of state. Your plates aren't matching up to your car.
Ah,
It's
shit.
like, well, here's my registration. And, you know, and he was like, all right, I wrote you down for 80. You're
Way
doing
better.
102. And I was like, thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you very much.
And I did 89 the rest of the way here.
Which is fucking still fucking
It was
20
still
over.
30 miles over the speed limit.
Like, it's almost less, it was a little less than a felony.
It was fun though.
You made it here in record time.
I got here in like 6 hours.
You said I'm going to be there in an hour. I was like, oh, yeah, this is like 4 hours earlier than you said.
I went to the hotel and took a nap for
Went to
2 hours.
sleep. Damn, you should have came to that shit.
I know,
No,
I
you had to go to
should've.
sleep. It was.
I'm so tired. I'm old, man. Sitting in a car for basically a day. My freaking
I
hamstrings
hate
and calves
traveling.
hurt.
Dude, I understand.
I'm a sissy.
When we had to go to Kentucky to go gather her dad's
That's a drive
affair-
for you.
Dude, that sucked. That was like a fucking. We had
Is that
to
like
go-
14 hours?
It was less. I thought the fucking Google Maps or whatever said 14,
Yeah.
or Apple Maps said 14, and I looked it up and it was like 9.
Okay.
And instantly I felt better.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, dude.
Nine's not bad.
9. I was like, it's not 14.
Yep.
So I was like, all right,
Yep.
this is all right. But it was all went there, fucking checked in, got all of his stuff, went home. It
Yep.
was like a straight bombing run. Fucking no, we didn't fuck around.
Yeah.
We got a hotel. Fucking ate some. It took me forever to find some barbecue. I just wanted some barbecue because I didn't get any when we went to Alabama.
You're supposed to get it when
Yeah,
you're
you're
like
supposed to.
Eastern Kentucky.
This whole trip sucks. It's for nothing good.
Yep.
We're not here for anything good. She's a wreck. I gotta get some barbecue.
That's right.
And I did. It was tits. They text me all the time. I signed up for something to save 10%. What a waste. They text me every day. It was,
I got that Traeger now, man. You can come around.
oh, you
cook
do
your
got
ribs,
the Traeger. Damn.
pork
You
shoulder.
got that country sweet. You're gonna like. Do you like sweet shit?
I like
Overly.
Yeah.
It's like sweet. It's got a little bite to it.
Yeah.
Uncle Ralph's. I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna find it. If he died, I don't know if they're still making it. It's all professional shit. It's not like made in someone's bathtub. I promise.
Either way, I've taken stuff out of people's bathtubs before.
He said it wouldn't be the first time I had stuff out of the bathtub, but I'll get some of that too. I got to track it down a little bit.
It's all good.
Wegmans, fuck me. You got Wegmans?
No.
No? Okay. They haven't made it out that far yet. They're fucking moving. I heard there's one just open in North Carolina.
We got our local freaking grocery stores, and then we have Meijer.
Meijer?
And I think they come down from Michigan.
Meijer. He said we got Meijer.
Yeah.
You don't got Tops? You got Tops?
Nope.
No shit.
There's a couple of Krogers, I think, in Indiana.
Oh, okay, Kroger. I've heard of Kroger. We don't have that
But
here.
no,
Whole Foods?
not where I live.
Not here either. It's
Nobody
in
gives a shit about that hippie stuff.
It's in Pittsburgh.
Indiana.
That's like the affluent side of Rochester.
Yeah.
It's not even the greater Rochester area. Greater Rochester area, there's the city, and then there's all the touching suburbs.
Yeah.
Which they play that shit. They say there's 1 million people that live in Rochester. They say there's 1 million people in the greater Rochester area.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking scam.
Yeah.
There's like 200,000 people in the city. And all the touching suburbs, it's a scam.
I live in the Chicagoland area because that's the
In the
news I get.
Chicagoland
I'm
area.
35 minutes away from there.
Right.
But, that's what we're called, the Chicagoland area.
Chicagoland, so you understand.
Yes.
And where the Whole Foods is beyond that. Is like the county, the community.
Yep.
It's still in the county. It's still Monroe County, but it's out. And that's where I do most of the carpet, rich people and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Expensive
that's where Whole
freaking
Food
living.
and Trader Joe's are
That's
like
right.
right down the street, and
Yep.
Starbucks, like 3 of them.
Yeah.
The Wegmans looks like a goddamn fucking. It's like a spa. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Wegmans doesn't fuck around. We had a Wegmans on Dewey and Driving Park. It was like right around the corner from where I grew up, and they shut that shit down. Wegmans said, "Get them out of there."
Yeah.
When it went fucking crazy, it was like we watched people doing a fake fight with this big crowd out front, so people could run in and fucking steal all the meat.
Yep.
It was crazy. But they shut that shit down. If it's a bad area, there was one on Chili Avenue. That's where I said, "Are you at the hotel on Chili Ave?" I was like, "That shit's fucked up. You might want to rebook." But you're like, "No, I'm not on Chili Ave." So, but Wegmans.
I don't know where the hell I'm at. Greece?
Greece.
All right.
Greece is all right.
I don't know.
Greece is fucking.
I'm there for freaking
Couple
8 more
hours.
hours.
They
I'm
get-
freaking going home.
Greece is like where you can get. It's supposed to be a city, but there's something about the criteria. It doesn't meet something.
Gotcha.
So they never made Greece a city. So it's always like the town of Greece, but there's fucking a ton of people that live there. It's a big ass place, and there's a lot of business.
Yeah.
Right where you're at is like the strip.
Yep.
That's where everything is at. That's right at the mall down the street is where Twan and I were talking where I was fighting at the mall when I was 12. And I got kicked out of the mall, fist fighting and shit.
You
Fuck
need to act
cock.
better.
I know. I think I turned out all right.
I think you're doing
I
fine, sir.
did all right. I did all right. It took me this long.
You're not in jail.
Not anymore.
That's right.
Dude, I never want to go back there.
I've never been.
Good for you. I wasn't for
Lucky
very
I got
long.
a clean sheet.
That's good. That's good. That's
But I
fucking
didn't,
good.
I didn't freaking dick around. And if I did, it was by myself.
Right. I left my ID at the scene of the crime.
Yeah, well.
So they came right to I wasn't there when they came there, but they fucking. And the guy who showed them where all my shit was, there's the knife, there's the fucking.
Yep.
He's dead. He died. He ratted. He was a fucking rat. But I did stab his friend. But but then I told this story. Then I was I was stripping floors, and I was listening to a radio show, and it's about a drug dealer that got busted. And this guy calls up the radio, and they say something. He goes, "Why are you guys being rats?" And they're like, "You're a rat." And he's like, "I never ratted on no one in my life." And I was like having a fucking heart. I go, "I got paperwork in my house. You signed my face. You fucking liar. At least don't say that. Just don't say anything."
No kidding.
I thought I was like, I know this is 222-9800. I just call the radio station right now and say, just want to let you know, don't listen to him.
You would have got that busy signal.
I would have got that busy. I fucking know this. You just keep calling back. Just keep calling back.
That's
call
right.
Back. You ever interrupt a call? You ever do that? Back in the day?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pick up the phone and.
No,
like,
when you call the operator and it's a busy signal and you say, "I'm trying to call 222 whatever," and it's been busy, and the operator
It
would
forces it?
they'd fucking break in and say, "The call has been interrupted," and then fucking they'd connect you right to it. It was like $1. Yeah, that was and whoever you broke into the call, they were always mad.
Oh, I
They were-
would be too.
They're like, "What the fuck?"
I'm in the middle of a conversation with my mother, and you got the freaking operator cutting her off.
God, dude, I remember when call waiting came out. That was like the shit. No more busy signals, at least for the people who had call waiting. Get the beep, and then when you had someone beeping in and someone on the other line, then you'd get the busy signal. You know, it was fucking bumping over there on the phone.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Times are so different.
They are.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. Coast for the rest of my life as long as possible.
We're going to do a 102 and a 65.
That's right.
All the way to the end.
That's right. See how fast I get home tomorrow.
No, please, just take it easy.
I'll get out of New York.
Yeah, all day.
Ohio sucked worse, actually. I saw a cop like every 7 miles there.
They got the silver cars there, don't they? Fucking cocks.
They sat at every freaking break in the middle of the highway.
Yeah, all the fucking... No
every
U-turn.
break in the wall.
Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, we went there to bring the oldest boy to trade school, college, to look at it. Yeah. I knew it right then he wasn't going there. I was like, oh, yeah, he ain't going to be here. And he didn't. Yeah. He just went to the workforce. That's what they say at the college graduation. They are joining the workforce. I was like, oh, they got no fucking ambition. Everyone they could... So and John Smith.
Hey,
be joining.
There ain't nothing wrong with it, brother.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, it's me.
It's just, that's fucking. Someone's got to do it.
That's right.
Someone does have to do it. But it was funny the way they say shit now.
Oh yeah, it's almost condescending.
He's like, joining the workforce.
That's right.
I'm just gonna, if I had to do it all over again, I'd say Marine Corps. He is going to the Marine Corps. Fucking A, even if I wasn't. I tried. They told me fuck off.
I was motivated to go to the Marine Corps by other people. And
me too.
Didn't do it.
Fucking Billy the Marine. Fucking, he's like, yeah, man, come on.
Yeah.
I'm having a fucking great time. And I was like, yeah, fucking, hey, we'll go. I'll go. Fucking. Then I fucking said some dumb shit while I was there too. Not only did my sealed record didn't mean shit, because they were like, oh yeah, you got violent felonies. You pled guilty. I was like, yes. He's like, no. That's when they laughed at me. But before that, they said, you ever done drugs? And I was like, yes. I should have just said no.
4 minutes before I walked in this door.
I was fucking blunted with Dan Lear. He's on the run from the police. He's got a fucking backpack with a single shot sawed-off shotgun. I got it now. I don't have it here. But because that was the only gun I fucking didn't bring back with me. And we're in a Marine Corps recruiting office, and he's like on the run with this fucking gun. Anyway, and I'm like this. And I said, yes. And he's like, well, what kind of drugs? And I'm like, all right, I'm only going to say marijuana. I was like, smoke some marijuana. And he goes, how many times would you say? And I went, 100. I didn't know what to fucking say. 100. And he goes, 100? I go, I don't know, maybe less. And he's like, oh, okay. Uh-huh. And I'm thinking this whole time, all the shit you could say, fucking say no. I don't know.
That's all you had to say was no. That was it. Because they weren't going to test you.
No, just say no. Okay, you'll have plenty of time. And he's like, oh, yeah, felony. He fucking pulls it right up, prints the shit out. And he goes, and I'm like, bitch, you fucking told me that this was sealed. It's only sealed, like, to a certain extent.
That's
right. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's sealed to anybody unless they want to actually see it.
It's sealed to benverified.com or some
That's
shit.
Right.
You know,
it's probably sealed to you.
It's sealed to me.
It's not sealed to anybody else.
No, everyone else that needs to see it are like, yeah. But I can buy guns. I bought guns. Yeah. They never shut me down on that, which is weird.
Yeah, I don't know how the laws work out.
I don't know. And I never questioned it either.
When all this happened,
I was. I got
has a lot to do with it.
I got a YO. I got the youthful offender and a sealed record. But if that was the case, then I wouldn't have pled guilty to 2 felonies. Yeah. And then the Marine Corps, and I'm like, you still pled guilty to these 2 felonies here, buddy. Yeah. You know, they would have expunged or something. So it's fucking there. Like it's there for whoever wants to. Whoever wants to see it. But they like laughed me out of the office after that. I was like, can't you do something? He's like, oh, he said, I only had a couple tattoos at the time, and I had this one. It's a Section 8.
Uh-huh.
And Section 8 in the military means fucking you're nuts.
Yeah.
And he's like, what does that mean? And I was like, I don't know. What's up, Bubba? What are you doing? So he goes, you'll have to get a waiver for the tattoos. And I'm like, can't you get a waiver for these felonies? What are you doing? What's up? Come on in. You're lurking. What time is it? Do you know?
Like 9:50.
9:53.
Damn, he's good, man. Look at you.
I slept like 10 minutes ago.
Signed with WC. Sent you a post. Cheap gas prices. Hey, cheap cut gas prices. Mentioned me in a story. What you got, man? What are you doing?
That's dope. Where'd you get that from?
Where'd you get that one?
Oh, was that in the bag? Oh, sweet.
Oh, we got a little.
I don't even know what I put in there.
Oh, We got a little buff test around here, which is always good. Or not a buff test, a buff attempt. I love those. Those are my favorite. Buff attempts. Sean knows the guy. He's cool. He was an ex-rock drummer. Look up Cherokee Firearms. Oh, tits. Tits. Oh, I get no fucking service out here. This is a good area. It's a good area. What's going on in the house?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Alyssa complaining about who she has to work with tomorrow.
I said it be home. It be as such at times. Isn't it funny listener complaining? I don't like working with this person. I don't like working. I go, that dude, get used to it.
No kidding.
You're gonna be fucking. There's gonna be times you can be like, I fucking hate that motherfucker.
Get a job like me where you work by yourself.
Just work
a
by
lot
yourself.
of times.
I fucking see you, dude. You got dropped right in a good spot.
I did. I'm lucky.
Well, I'm sure it wasn't just like you got dropped there.
No.
It was
I
probably-
worked for it a little bit.
It was
but
a little hoop jumping. I'm sure.
I get to do basically whatever the heck I want to do,
That's
which is
good.
all right.
That's good. Dude, that's like fucking as it should be.
That's right. I got the freedom to move.
God, you can do. I see half the time you sending me pictures of shit. He's like, just watching the guys, make sure everything's good.
Yep.
Do you got to take measurements and shit, or do
Oh,
you
yeah.
just like, or you got to look and like say
Nope.
like,
I account for everything those guys do out there.
you got to make sure it's all the way it's.
I got to make sure contractors get paid the right amount of money and shit like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So there's no fucking discrepancy between.
That's right. So it's harder than I make it
it out.
sound.
Like,
but I still do whatever the hell I want.
Right. You do some work.
I do work.
There was some work
I do have a
being done
job.
here. Right. He said, who the fuck was I just talking to about is it the kid today at my grandma's thing? I go, some things are just easier, and you explain it, and it seems like it's easy, but it's not. And I go,
right.
I said, like you with growing weed. He goes, well, it's hard. I go, yeah. Shout out Matt. And he goes, but I know what you mean. I said, yeah, man. You fucking once you get to do it,
That's right.
It's easy to
It's
you.
a routine.
It's routine,
Yep.
but it's
Yep.
fucking difficult. And this dude, Matt the kid, I call him Matt the kid. I don't know why. I've known him since I was little, and then we didn't lose touch. Our families are just like, he was in the city, I moved, and then dude, he is like a fucking awesome ass dude, and apparently he grows some bomb ass marijuana. I wouldn't know,
Yeah.
and I probably won't know, but I take the word for it of everybody else.
Still like to see pictures of it.
Dude, I think he's like super professional,
Yeah.
and I don't even think it's like,
Good.
he's like fucking. It sounds like he's a professional. He's like what I aspired to be, being a drug dealer.
Yeah.
Except for I was just buying and fucking bagging up quarters like an animal. I remember Brad was like, he had to be 6, so he was like a baby. Mm-hmm. And I'd be bagging quarters up, and Brad would come down. He'd say, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Putting flowers in bags." And he's going, "Kyle's always got a lot of flowers."
Yeah.
And Erica's like, "Yeah, he's got a lot of fucking flowers, all right. He's got a lot of flowers."
Look at you now. You're all grown up.
Now I'm all grown up. Now I reminisce about that shit. Like, yeah, back in my day, like I sell 4 pounds a week. These guys are like fucking selling 1,000 pounds. Now it's not 1,000 pounds, but what's up, man? You gonna sell drugs? No. What's the best way to get off of drugs? Don't get on them,
Dang,
motherfucker.
man.
Boom. That a boy.
You're way smarter than me.
I know. I wish I would have had somebody to tell me that at 11. Everyone just said, "Don't do it, the devil."
I wish I would have listened to them that told me not to do it too.
I remember I did used to be scared. Do you remember that This Is Your Brain on Drugs and
Oh,
shit?
absolutely. That's an 80s staple commercial right there.
I was scared of that shit. I thought the first time I smoked weed, I was going to die. I remember I smoked it, and I was like scared. And I was like, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm going to fucking die. Mm-hmm. And then I didn't die, and I was like, shit. Now you could die, I guess.
That's right.
Now you never know.
You never know at this point.
But yeah, I remember I was scared of the commercials. Do you remember the one that made its way around? This was probably like within the last 20 years. Or the girl that was all melted on the couch.
Yep.
And
looked all deflated.
Yeah, and I remember thinking, damn, that sucks. And then when I got older, I was like, damn, I need to know who her fucking drug dealer
No kidding.
is.
That's the way I want to look right now.
that
I want to
shit.
sit on that couch and be deflated.
That's great. that
Looks comfortable.
That was what I was trying to achieve all this time. But no, marijuana made me super fucking unmotivated.
Oh, yeah.
Alcohol is what brought the best music out of me. Let me tell you what. That was where the creativity was, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's where the
I
creativity
get it,
was.
dude. Because even like when I quit freaking doing drugs
Yeah.
and I started getting into art, I always got on a little bit more of a rampage when I was drinking every day, too.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude. I'd go through it.
You fucking
I'd sit there for freaking 6 hours straight, just
banging them out.
drinking the entire freaking time. I still miss that shit right there.
Dude, it took me, I couldn't tell you how long now. It took me a long time before I was able to watch a movie
Oh, yeah.
after I quit drinking.
Yeah.
Drinking made all the activities that I did. It's like mundane shit. I like love to do all this,
Oh, yeah.
Regular shit.
Yes.
And then after I stopped drinking, I like didn't want to do any of that. And it was regular like living shit.
Yes.
Like you got to go to the store. I never drink
Yep.
and drove, but I would go with my ma or whatever. I didn't want to go to the store with my ma. Fucking not
Yep.
drinking. Not going to get no beer.
Yep.
This fucking
I
sucks.
get it.
Isn't that weird how
Yeah.
that's like, it makes these mundane activities just that much better? And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh, this is fucking awesome. And dude, I really couldn't. It took me a long time to be able to watch a movie. And there's so many movies that I've seen that I couldn't tell you about. I know I've watched them. And I'm like watching them for the first time all over again. I'm like, oh, yeah, I do remember this part a little bit.
Yep.
But what a bad time. It was a good time, though.
It was a good time.
It was a good time. But it was probably a good time to me because everyone else around me was going.
Yep.
Shit.
Oh, my wife hated my guts.
She
for
was
a long
she was sick of that
time.
shit. Oh yeah.
I think she's just now starting to like me again. I don't know if she's going to listen to this thing, but after stinking 30 years, I think she's finally starting to like me again. And
She's
she
like,
has her moments.
he's all right.
Yeah,
This
and-
guy, he's all right.
I'll screw something up next week and she'll hate me again. But whatever. It is what it is.
In another 30 years, she'll get over it.
By that time, she's gonna probably want me to start doing something again 30 years from now.
She's gonna, what the fuck?
That's right. Let's get
No.
rid of this guy.
It's time to start drinking or something.
That's
What
right.
are you doing?
She's smart.
It was fun, man. I did have, dude. I really got it. I mean, I had a lot of fun off of drugs and shit.
Oh,
in,
yeah.
in different ways. Yeah. But I felt like it was a lot more. I was a lot more fun of a guy. But I think that. But then I don't know. My mom's like,
I was probably a complete freaking idiot. I was probably an asshole.
I know I was like fucked up. I was kind of a piece of shit sometimes. It was like there was like stages throughout the night where it was like, oh, I'm a good time, and then I'm fucking angry.
Yep.
Or then I'm fucking depressed, or then I'm sad. It was like at a tipping point.
Yep.
Where then the night, or maybe it could be good all night. But then there was always like that point. It's either gonna go good, bad, fucking real low.
Yep.
Or there's gonna be violence, or there's gonna be sadness, or I'm gonna be calling people and shit, like
Yep.
fucking saying shit, telling my friends I fucking love you, dude. You do understand it's like 1:45, and I know that it's just the Tuesday for you, but I gotta work in the
That's
morning
right.
and shit. Are you okay? Is everything okay? Yeah, man. I'm just saying. I was fucking thinking about you, man. I'm just saying I love you, dog. Yeah. Call me fucking tomorrow.
That's right. Call me between normal hours, 9 to 5.
Call me when when
worthless
the
fuck.
rest of the world is doing shit. You fucking idiot. There was a lot of those. I used to call the Rough Riders office in New York City, all fucking drunk, and like beg the answering machine to fucking. I swear, I never rapped. I never like started rapping on the phone. I was like, listen, man, listen. This is some different shit. I was like, you fucking need a white boy on the team. I was like, I'm fucking nasty. It's just my 585, 798. You can fucking call me up. Call me. I'll fucking answer. Leave a message. I'll call you right back. I promise. Because this is what you gotta do. Someone must have fucking. It was like a woman's voice on there. She must have come in every day and been like, the fuck, this dude just keeps fucking calling.
Like Siri talking to you on the answering machine. And you're expecting DMX to call you back the
I
next day
thought,
and give you
yeah,
an
dude,
offer?
there was it. Yes. Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, I gotta fucking definitely do this. I'd be sitting in the car like, Rough Rider. I'm like, yeah. I was real upset when DMX died. We were walking in the fucking middle of fucking Mayberry back where we used to live. His car's turning the corner. DMX dies. I go like this. I said, give him the X. Aaron's car turns the corner. Aaron goes like this. And this guy like looks and sees him and like lets go of the wheel in the middle of a turn and fucking starts doing it. I go, oh shit. It was a white nerd. He
That's
was
awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I love it.
But yeah, I definitely thought a lot of shit. And Twan and I were talking about this, how I had these illusions of like this is what my life was gonna be like. So I didn't I didn't care about school. I didn't care about learning trades. I didn't care about anything because I was going to be rich. I was going to have record deals and make $1 million. And then I was going to tell everyone to fuck off. So I didn't really take anything seriously. And, but I also didn't do anything to get there. There was a part where I did some shows, passed out some fucking CDs. But most of the time I was just drunk and making fucking drunken phone calls.
Yeah.
And when people were out there driving and standing out front handing out CDs and going to the Meccas, the LAs, the fucking Detroit,
Yep.
New York City, where Miami with club music, whatever it was, they were going and making a thing and doing shows. And I just sat there waiting. Someone's going to hear this. They're going
Yep.
to find this tape in a fucking box. And then they're going to say, who is this guy?
Yep.
And that shit never happened. They're going to find my MySpace and I'm going to be rich and famous. Yeah, fucking, I was on MySpace big. And that never happened. So, again, I used to call the office. But that's what drinking will do to you. It make you think that fucking shit is going to happen that really is not going to happen. And then it also made me say, I don't need to do nothing. Fuck this.
Yep.
Fuck this school shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I get it.
But you got the degree.
I have a degree. It's not the degree. I just thinking quit school to go snowboard, dude. I moved to freaking. I got a 2-year degree and moved to Lake Tahoe. I went to California.
That was the fucking life, though. He said, I got that shit. Went to fucking.
I went from Tahoe to Vail, Colorado. Stayed there for a year. Snowboarded almost every day in the winter.
Damn, was that fun? That was a good ass time,
gorgeous.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was fun. It was fun 25 years ago.
Right.
Now I hate the snow, and if I never saw it again, that'd be freaking too soon.
And then when you fall, it's not the same exactly
Oh,
as
no.
then.
No.
You'll be fucked up for
Now I'm basically what you're saying. I'm old, so yes, I'm
Dude,
not. I
the
don't
sa-
bounce.
I'm the same way, man. I've like twisted my ankle, stepping
yeah.
off of a curb the other
Dude,
day.
I
That
told
shit
you,
hurt for days.
I'm freaking sore from driving. My calves and hamstrings are killing me.
That's what when I'm driving, and Erica knows I'm like about to be at when I can't take it anymore.
The peak.
I start
Yep.
going like this.
Sciatics.
I'm like putting my fucking arm up. She's like, yeah, oh yeah, we're about to be done.
Yep.
He's about to tap out.
Yep. That's the story of my life now.
Yeah. So I'm getting there. I'll be 37 Monday.
Ooh,
Getting there, man.
happy birthday. Getting old.
It's gonna be a good. I know. It just. I always feel like maybe one day it'll just stop, but then it's not.
Nope.
I showed. Oh, it was you. I was gonna say, who did I show today? I said, look at my fucking hair. And it was you, and you said, oh yeah. I said, there it is. That motherfucker's going back.
That's right.
You don't have that. You're lucky.
Uh-huh.
And then you choose not to have hair
I
at
just
all.
shave it all
And
off.
you can fucking
anyway.
have. You can
Hair is
have.
freaking annoying.
See, I'm sitting here. I got the. What is that called? The receding
Receding
hairline,
hairline,
right? I got
homie.
that shit going on, and he's like,
To shave the sides, do a freaking Liberty Mohawk.
I try
up there.
to. I try.
Yeah,
and then,
just like that. Look like
I've been actually
Cure.
getting.
or
I've been getting the Cure. I've been getting haircut. I'm gonna do like the Misfits one.
There you go. Do some freaking Glenn Danzig shit. That'd be awesome.
I've had some wild shit in the past couple of years when I didn't get haircuts and I just did it myself.
Dude, when I was growing my hair out, it never stayed freaking brown.
I gotta see
it
a
was,
picture of you with some hair.
Oh, dude, I'll try to find. I'll
Fine.
find you my old school freaking mullet one where I had
Oh,
freaking the long locks, and then I'll find you the ones when I was older, when it was bleached blonde and
Oh, yeah.
purple and green.
Was that in the skating days?
Skating punk rock days, man. That's what I did.
I still got that video of you, that fucking slam video.
When I shattered my skull.
Yeah,
That was a good one. I think that was a downfall of my life, to be perfectly
You
honest.
think
with you.
that's when it all started? Mm-hmm. Maybe you're still like just laying there waiting to get back up, and this is all just a dream. He said, "I wish, bitch." Wouldn't that be tits if you just open your eyes right now and you said, "Fuck," and you're like, "Dude."
Before that, dude, I wasn't like, I did normal high school shit, like high school drinking parties.
Right.
Smoked weed a handful of times. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had that freaking accident. It wasn't long. I'd say within 2 years, I was already living back in Indiana at that point. And that's when I started doing freaking pills and shit. I think that has a lot to do with it.
I'm sure
I really
you
do.
had.
I mean, I'm not using that as a freaking excuse.
That was
It
definitely
just
a TBI, right? Like traumatic brain injury.
Oh yeah, I
like-
was in ICU for almost a week,
So you were fucked up. You were.
and I was out of town. I was down.
Oh,
in-
that wasn't even. At,
I wasn't home. I was in Indianapolis, like skating with some friends.
No kidding.
Smashed my freaking skull, and those scumbags, God bless them, they just dropped me off at the freaking hospital. No ID, freaking nothing. Dropped me off, took my car, and went skateboarding.
They took your car.
Took my car.
It
and
was
went
your ride.
skateboarding.
Oh.
Yep.
They said it'll be all right.
My parents had to drive down there when I finally was coherent enough to tell the doctor
To
my
give him
phone
any
number.
No shit.
Because I was out. Like I was incoherent. Damn. Shattered the entire.
They
back
got
of
it
my
on
head.
that fisheye though.
Yeah, they did. They got it.
I got that footage.
That was a good one.
It was a good. I got it. Can I post it?
I don't care. I've posted it.
I
think.
tried to, and it fucked me. It was like got almost like right to the point, and then it wouldn't. I was like, "What the fuck, man?"
Yeah, that was back when I thought I was a decent skateboarder.
You were ill. It's just the shit that I saw. I was like, "Damn, that was the shit I thought I could. I wish I could do. I could."
Yeah, it was basic.
Wait, dude.
I'm extremely average at a lot of things. I was never good at one
He said,
thing.
"I'm a jack of all averages."
Yes, it's the truth. I'm mediocre at a lot of things.
She says, "What I do is I learn something, I get really good at it, and then I just stop and never do it again." And I was like, "Yeah, man, yeah."
Yep.
Thanks for pointing that out. I used to just pretend like that's not what happened. That's what I do.
Yep.
That's why I could do though that CW 2-letter. That shit
Hey,
looks
it's perfect.
tits.
I got it framed.
Have me put another letter in between there. Never happened.
You don't see me doing letters ever.
Your letters are sick.
You're
though.
crazy.
No,
it's all
bullshit.
freaking basic printing.
No. Yours are fucking ill.
You're crazy.
Ill. Don't let him fool you. Listen,
disagree.
don't let him fool you. He's lying. I've seen letter work from him, and it's crazy. You are the worst critic of your own self.
I am, but I'm honest about
Super
it.
crazy. That's not honest. That's
It's
shit.
freaking honest. You're crazy.
That's honesty. It sucks.
I do. I hate 99% of what I freaking produce. I really do.
No. Well,
So I give it away.
No, I don't doubt that that's true, that you don't like it. But it is good, though.
I appreciate it.
Dude, you did that 95. It's in there. That 95 first edition. What's it got? Blue eyes, white head.
It was probably just, I probably didn't do anything to it.
Fucking tits, though.
It was probably one I didn't even fill in.
Let me see what I got here. Let me see.
I'm going to punch your son here in a second. There.
Oh, there it is. That one.
Yeah, I didn't do nothing to it.
Dude, that's ill with the.
That's so old and basic, man.
Gray outline.
I wish I wouldn't have destroyed that sticker and had a redo. That's terrible. You're crazy. Got Nova in that box.
Oh, dude, this box is stupid. This is crazy.
You organize shit the way I do.
Yeah, but
But you probably know where everything is in here, too.
No, I don't. Look at that. Some crazy
Downtimer. He's freaking a G.
Yeah, he is. When I got it, it smelled like fucking massive cigarettes.
Sweet.
It was good. It was when I was smoking. I was like, yeah, it's a fellow smoker. Where the fuck is it? Oh, I got all kinds of crazy shit.
Oh my gosh, dude. There's so much terrible artwork of mine in there.
No,
You just burn that shit.
I got every one you ever got gave to me is in here. If I didn't give it to him, it's in here. I saved everything. This goes in the good box. I'm not gonna say who makes it to the good box, but I got 2 boxes, sir. I got 2 boxes, and that's the one.
I'm the same way.
Dude, back in the Blue Top days, I got fucking tons of bullshit. I'm sorry. Any one of you guys that sent me a bunch of bullshit, you're probably not listening to this because you definitely didn't stick around for the transition. because the only reason you were sending me anything is you know why. You know why. But I got so much bullshit, but I couldn't get rid of it because next thing you know, they're the next fucking whoever, and now I got like all this shit. Look, back when he used to be bullshit.
Yeah.
Look, there he is. Oh, is this right on top? Let's see. Oh, yeah, look at this. This is right on top. This is
It better be cool. It's in a freaking plastic bag.
Look at this. Kevin said,
Oh, dude, that guy.
he said, what's your favorite character? I said, Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Look, he did the Tigger cover with the Winnie the Pooh character.
Dude's freaking disgusting.
But he sent it in this.
Of course he did.
I didn't put it in that. As you can see, I don't put anything in anything special. It just goes in a special box.
Dude's freaking awesome.
Super nice guy, man. I owe him some shit too. Apparently, this is something. I didn't know that it was. Someone said, "Oh my god, I can't believe you got that." I was like, "Oh yeah."
I've seen this before.
I think he used to hang shit off of lights or something.
Yeah.
Lights. I taught him a little bit of the ways of the blue top, and he tried to fucking slap. Oh, this guy, he died. Horace.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
He did a Conway one somewhere.
Oh, they're dope.
But you know who
Yeah.
that is. Do you?
Is that Whoops?
Yeah! Look at you. Look, there's the goat.
Yeah, freaking anything. You can show me anything freaking Soar's done, and I'm just gonna love it.
He's like, I'm on it.
I don't care. I'm a freaking rider. I don't care.
Got the BWR on the fucking German.
Lovely.
This is cool.
Yep.
I only got that because it was the blue top card. I got tons of Aviz. Oh, there's my character with Aviz.
That's awesome.
Aviz was, I really liked him a lot.
It's very, very, very neat.
This came from Miguel that died. He sent me.
Florida guy?
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah. Smurf.
That's
Or Feces. Yeah, I got him framed up in my house too.
Oh, I missed that kid. He was a good guy. He put up with a lot of fucking bullshit from me.
Yeah, that Feces dude.
Feces is crazy. I don't even know how they fucking came across that.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
he had a crazy collection. But dude, there's so much weird wild shit.
I catch some of those guys on trains around me.
You just got a good Mecro the other day, didn't you?
I always get Mecro.
But yeah, he's actually fucking up crazy.
He is. I like getting his big stuff, like the full.
I've never
car.
seen a big monster. I've only seen the R, like in person. I've never.
Oh,
seen,
yeah, okay.
I've only seen the R.
Him and frickin' I showed you that picture, that duel
Oh yeah.
on my way here.
Damn, they had all the characters.
It had
Who is that?
REM dude, Red Eye Mob guy,
Red Eye Mob.
the frickin' middle finger $ dude.
Yeah. I can't.
I caught that train coming through when I was coming through Cleveland.
That was just
Big
today.
old,
Boom.
it was 2 days ago. And then I couldn't take the picture because I was on the frickin' toll road doing 90 miles an hour. So I just went to Duel's frickin' page.
said, I know
and
it's gotta be on
That's the picture that I just frickin' saw, man. I was like, I get stoked on that shit, dude. I'm such a little kid when it comes to trains and shit.
Trains
still.
is cool as shit, man. There's some wild shit on there.
Yeah.
I saw. I don't know. A lot of times I don't know how it's pronounced. Gesser or Jesser.
Yeah. Yep.
A whole car of his.
Full cars.
It was fucking going over a train bridge. I'm going under it. I was with Erica. I go, oh my god.
Yep.
It was fucking massive.
the entire thing. Probably all done with a frickin' roller.
Crazy. This is wild. It was huge. I go, holy smokes,
Yep.
man. Because I'm not in the yard a whole lot, benching and shit. So a lot of the guys, Taro and all them, Silo, they see all kinds of cool
Sure.
shit. You know, when you're in the yard, you see cool shit.
Absolutely.
So when I see cool shit just like driving, it's like, ooh,
Yep.
this is extra.
That's what I
fucking
look for.
special.
It's like, and where I live, it's like, it's the middle of the country basically. So every frickin' railroad, every line comes through my area. So
Right.
I see shit from the West Coast. Out
You've got some
here,
good pictures just being out where you are.
Just being out. Yes,
out.
I mean, I got a frickin' line right down the street from my house, and I'll drive that route every once in a while if I see something parked,
He's
and I'll just get out and walk and
Check
just
it
take a
out.
bunch of frickin' pictures. I should be out there frickin' painting or writing, but yeah.
Trains are scary, man. You ever get like you? I'm sure you've been right up on them.
Oh yeah,
Aren't they fucking? Isn't that something? Yeah. I didn't know.
It's intimidating.
Years ago, like when I first went into the yard with them guys, they brought me in just to show me. It was on like 4th of July. And I had never been. I jumped on one when I was a kid. The memory escapes me of, and I'm pumped.
Yeah.
I fucking jumped on the last car. I grabbed onto the ladder, and my foot missed the fucking the bottom rung, and my leg just went down, and all I could see was a wheel. I felt like all I could see was a wheel. I don't know if it was, but it scared me.
Oh yeah.
I rode it for like 15 feet and jumped off. So that memory, the actual gigantic size of trains, until we went into the yard, and I was like,
yeah. When you're standing right next to it, it's
right there. I
different.
was like, fuck. And then then he's like, fuck it, you want to do throw ups on this? He goes, normally that's not allowed. He goes, but your first time in there, we'll do it. I fucked it all up. I didn't realize that like you painted on this little hump part, so I like stopped. You're supposed to go down over. I fucked it all up, but they let me go in and do it. So everyone's looked great, and then like a piece of dog shit on the end.
Whatever, you're up there.
But I did it.
That's
I did it.
right.
Like a paid the train.
That's all that matters.
But dude, there's so many rules, and that shit scares me, and I'm just too old.
Oh, that's how I feel about almost everything in my life right now. I'm just too freaking old
for that shit. And apparently it's some big charge. I do know a guy. He was at the thing today. He's a CSX guy. He's on those lines.
Yeah.
So if I were to get hemmed up, if it was by him, I'd be out of there. I don't know if I would say his name if I got hemmed up by anyone else.
Yeah.
Because he's been in for like 35 years, and I just wouldn't want to. But hopefully I get him. But I don't want to go to jail. No. I don't want to go to fucking jail. I don't want to run. I don't really even know. I think I would just go to jail. I don't know if I would run.
Oh, I am running nowhere.
I don't know if I could.
I might make it like 50 feet.
You saw me get on a scale. How far do you think I could make it?
51 feet? If I can make it 50, you can probably go 51.
I fucking, dude.
I know. Yeah, I take that back. I'm going to outrun you.
You are going to outrun me. Dude, I got 30 extra pounds or however many in 2 months. I'm not adjusted yet.
No, you'll be all right.
Next year, April, May, I'll be back down to 150.
You'll be fine.
But I could never run. I would just say, you got me. I'm not
reason
saying
to
nothing.
run.
Call my lawyer. I'm done.
I got a nephew wanting me to go play pickleball.
What is
and
that?
that sounds exhausting to me.
Is
it's
it
like freaking old people tennis.
Is
you
it like
just
tennis,
play with a
but-
wiffle ball on a smaller court.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's all it is. It's like ping pong for old people. But you have to actually go out there and move.
I saw like shirts for the shit in Walmart. It's like pickleball champion.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even know what that is.
Google it. Watch it on YouTube.
I don't
it's
know.
not very difficult to figure out.
I don't want YouTube to think like start showing me pickleball.
that's all you're
videos.
gonna see for the next
that'll be
freaking
it.
year.
That'll be it. Right now, I got it right where I like it. It's like Lex Friedman.
Oh, there you go.
That's
I like
all it
Lex.
shows me. Lex and like old ass hand styler videos and shit. Yeah. And that's like about it. And probably some JRE clips.
That's all I get is Rogan,
Joe.
Theo Vaughn, stinking
Oh, yeah.
Bobby Lee, Shane Gillis. That's all I see.
Bobby
but
Lee,
that's what
he fucking made me laugh the other day. I don't find him that funny sometimes.
He has his moments.
Because-
When he's with Theo, it's
And that's who he was
Frickin'
with.
fantastic.
He said something about something China. He goes, you probably saw it.
I saw it.
He said, "What? Why is it? We've known each other 20 years. Every time you talk about China, and he goes, I'm just saying." He goes, "Well, I am Chinese, but I'm just saying you can't commit that to memory." Was like,
he's just fucking around.
yeah, I thought that was funny.
he's
as
just
shit.
fucking around. Theo's fucking around.
He had a
but-
couple fucking. He does say some funny shit sometimes, but I remember him from Mad TV.
Yep.
And I was.
He's old.
Right.
He's older than me.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's like 50, 51.
No shit. I saw a video of him and they said something about talking about money, like how much money do you got or whatever. And he says, I don't know. And they're like, no, really. And he goes, and I don't know to believe him because he does that one podcast where it's like half bullshit and half real with the guy. I can't remember what it is.
Andrew Santino.
Is that
the
who
Bad
it is?
Friends one?
Yeah. And someone said it's like half bullshit.
Yeah. They fuck around. Some of it's a skit.
Right, and you don't know. Yeah. So when he said to this guy, he's like, I don't know. He goes,
Bobby Lee probably doesn't know how much money he has.
He goes, I got a guy that's what he does
Yep.
for the last 30 years.
Yes.
This is my guy. And he goes, I don't know what my car payment is. I don't know what my rent or my mortgage. I don't know.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And he goes, I don't know where to go pay my phone bill. If I had to go pay it, I don't even know where to go. And he said, I asked the guy every so often, he's like, how long could I live the way I am without working? And he said, a long time.
Yes.
So apparently he did all right.
He's set.
You know, and I don't know what set means anymore.
I don't know.
If they say
I
you
feel
need
set,
they
and
said
I'm-
you need $1 million to retire.
Yeah, that ain't happening for me.
Oh, fuck, I'm fucked.
My
Hopefully-
wife's gonna be all right.
He said,
but
he said she'll be all right.
I ain't gonna be able to retire. That's why I got the job I have.
I'm gonna have to work the rest of my life. I'm pretty sure.
guarantee it.
I'm like,
I
till-
guarantee it.
I'm gonna be working till I just drop dead in
Yep.
work. I'll be stripping a floor face down in the shit, drowning in that inch of water my mother warned me about.
I'm gonna be watching people work.
He said, I'm gonna
from
be doing
the
the
front
same
seat
thing.
of my car.
He said, you got a clipboard?
I have a few clipboards. I might have one in my stinking car right now.
I might got one right now. Are you pencil or pen?
Pen all day.
Pen? Damn. See,
Print all capital letters.
Anyone that writes in pen and print all capital letters is serious.
Yeah, I don't make mistakes.
You don't fucking make mistakes.
If I do, I just cross them out with a pen.
I just fucking scribble it out. He's a serious guy.
Nah, man.
What do we got? We're at 10:20. All right, we're an hour 45.
Okay.
We want to wrap it?
Absolutely.
Because I know you still got to go 2 minutes. I think back to the spot.
I'm good.
Well, as of right now, we're gonna say goodbye to all you guys, and then we're probably gonna just carry this on elsewhere. But I feel bad because he's got to drive fucking 9 hours tomorrow, and then he's got to drive 45 minutes back to the hotel, and I feel bad.
It's all good. I love it.
I'm gonna go get some pizza too. But thank you for coming out and sitting with us here.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, fucking, you're welcome anytime. But next time, I'm gonna bring it to you. I owe you now.
I'm not going to be allowed back in New York when I don't pay that ticket. So you're going to have no choice.
I'm going to send you with my ID now, so when you come back, you can just give them that.
There you go.
And I almost fucking bet you, if they didn't ask you any questions and you just handed them my ID.
We'd have got away with
Let
it.
me look. Let me see.
100%.
Let's see. Look at my $20 in my wallet. This got started. Oh, I bet you.
I could pull that off easy.
If you just handed it over,
They wouldn't say a word.
they'd say, "What's up with the car?" They say, "I don't know. It's a rental." Look at that. I was fucking. This is old. That's when I was at my heaviest. That was 188 pounds naked.
I want to see what freaking. I look like a freaking convict in mine.
You do,
Had a freaking goatee and everything.
dude. You look like you see this. He's not welcome.
That's what I look like.
You look like a convict.
I do.
He's not lying. He does.
I look like I should be in a freaking biker gang somewhere.
They always ask me if I want to take a new picture, and I just keep saying no. I'm like, no,
Whatever.
thank you. No, I'm good.
I like to see what I look like 8 months ago.
This is all filler, man. There's about 4 things in here that are actually real,
Yeah.
and everything else is just filler. It's look at this class commencement from 2022. Sherwin-Williams Pro card. I got her dad's business cards. I got all kinds of shit in here. There's and the reason for the bag used to be a hair tie. I used to keep this on with, and we went on a boat for the first time like 3 years ago with my sister and her husband. And I was like, oh, I'm going to put all my shit in a bag in case I go overboard by accident. It's a fucking pontoon boat. I didn't know anything about it. I don't think there was no risk of going overboard. But then I go, oh, that's convenient. I'm just going to keep that. I see people all the time going to like Walmart and shit. And I'm like, I can. And I know they're thinking like, oh, he just fucked up. He just accidentally pulled out his bag of drugs, because it's all dirty and shit. And then it'll be time to get another one, and I just go get another bag from.
Hey,
I got a new wallet every couple.
better
weeks.
than a $90 wallet.
Dude, I can't have any of that. All right, everyone. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We're out of here.